Alright, square root of -1 here. Welcome back to Guess the Guest. We're on episode 4, and last episode we had a player who started with a 2-den that was slightly delayed into a tower rush, into a salty opponent, and then he expanded and played racks, and then went into mechanical, so catapults and all that later on. Yeah, so overall, I found that he had some good building placement, did eventually win, and I guessed Nigat for this, and we'll see if I'm correct. And I am. Well, that is a bit of a surprise, but we'll take those. So that brings my total up from 0 to 2 to 1 to 2. So thankfully, we got something right, which is amazing. All right, let's take a look at today's replay. We're looking at the top left player, so the person in the red, on Ravaged, as Ravage is a very popular map. Yeah, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna skip through the beginning portions of the game. Yeah, so it looks like he's gonna go for a house in the regular timing. This placement indicates to me he wants to go for a fast expand into 2-den, but apparently not, as we have a scout. Our opponent is going for a workshop opening. Yeah, so this is like a very interesting timing, because if he was going to go proxy, I guess this is just like to scout and make sure that nothing crazy is going on. I guess I expect to see a worker going down soon. No, okay. He's gonna do a house block. So this means because he got the first hit on the worker, that worker is gonna go down and he's not gonna be able to complete the workshop. Building a tower. I don't know if I agree with that actually. What you could do. This is kind of a big mistake, honestly. Just not having the proper response with the worker. So now he's kind of forced to build a tower. If he had done this like micro initially and pulled like 2 workers to take down the house, it might have been okay. But like at this point, I don't know if towering is a good idea. You might want to just literally rebuild this in here, go for like a 1-base play or something like that. But yeah, honestly, just losing that first hit and not pulling the worker in time to prevent this block is a bit of a mistake. Another thing you could do is just, if you see this sort of thing happening, if you take your worker and just hold position them here while bringing like 2 workers, then you should be able, it should survive long enough for you to get the, to prevent the block and not get into this sort of trouble. So yeah, our red player is gonna go into a castle and then a den, so this pretty much did so much more than it really should have, which is unfortunate. But yeah, it really shouldn't have done this much damage, but the fact that it was able to is a really big surprise, and just unfortunate by our blue player. This worker, I guess he should go home, but maybe he wants to take this this worker down. We'll see if he's able to get it. Just kind of chasing it. But from the looks of things, just like micro-wise and stuff, oh, he's gonna get it. Oh, well done. From the looks of things, our red player is ahead for sure. This house, it got cancelled. He got a worker. He delayed the workshop for so much time, and also this forced out a tower. So that is a huge win for our red player. For literally the cost of what? A little bit of mining time and looks like he's gonna go for a 3rd here. That's an interesting location if he's gonna bring it up here. Yeah, okay. This is just to prevent it from being scouted, I guess. So yeah, at the cost of what, 25 gold and a little bit of missed mining time. So this is a huge advantage for our red player. So doing very well for himself. At this point, going for a 2nd in as well. Okay, so with this wolf, so at this point, I feel like the red player should be a little bit skeptical of, and if I were the red player, I'd be looking into the main to try to see if there's some sort of like mill follow-up or advanced workshop to see what sort of tech is behind it. Also, this this one den into a 3rd is very greedy. I feel like it's very punishable, and yeah. I do like this though. This house being in the corner of the corner of the main base means that if any sort of drops or gyros come in, then he has a little bit more time to react, which is good. So this is a mark of someone who definitely knows what they're doing. And we have a fortress too. This is very greedy. But I guess he's just really confident because he saw the tower and knows how much he delayed the workshop. He feels very ahead. Yeah, I'd be okay with it. I do think that it's a little bit greedy, but it's okay. And we have a tower. Okay, I guess this makes sense because he wasn't able to scout some sort of mill. He could assume some sort of mill or yeah. I think that makes sense a lot of sense. One thing I will notice is that note that if it was like a standard game, timings and stuff like that would be very in your brain. If you're like a well-known, like an experienced player, you would know like the timings of when the first gyro would come and stuff like that. But if you do something crazy like the sort of house block, and then the timings get messed up overall. I do like that he's scouting around. One thing I like to do personally is like if I'm in this sort of situation where I'm not quite sure what's going on, I'll put like wolves here and here and here to like make sure nothing comes out without me seeing it. This wolf is gonna see this. Unfortunately, not fast enough to take that or pull that back. We also have this is very greedy. I like it. Animal testing lab coming up. These wolves going for a little bit of a worker pick, perhaps, is barely gonna get that. Well done. A little bit slow on the blue player side. But yeah, so definitely knows what's going on. He scouted that, so he's put his wolves over there to try to delay the base a little bit. I like this as well, just poking in with the wolves on this side, distraction to try to get this wolf. This is some pretty high level gameplay so far. Oh, another thing to note, something like this is also some really interesting building placement. As you know, if you do catadrops, catapults are 2 hexes wide, so something like this you wouldn't be able to drop in between them. And also these dens also help against Gatling guns, where if they just A-move, you get like 1 or 2 shooting here, and then the rest would like derp out or have to go around. So that's really good. So Devil Fortress, and +1 attack also on the way, as well as an advanced workshop. Nice. As for the building placement, I'm not quite sure who would do this sort of like third diagonally. Like this building placement, this stuff is pretty standard, but like this stuff is something I don't really know. Does I was kind of thinking Aicy, but like, because Aicy likes to put his Dragon's Lair here, but like, that's probably my best guess. But he doesn't really like to do fancy. I guess he could. This attack isn't gonna do as much as he would like, I feel like. Maybe he can get that gat. No, he's just gonna run away. That was a good fight for the blue player, so does lose a lot of wolves. Our red player's floating a little bit, but I guess this is a bit of a problem, I guess. This Dragon's Lair just not being able to get up because it's so far away is going to send another worker over there to try to finish that up. More houses. He's floating a little bit too. He's going to lose this. Oh, I guess the dragon is going to save him. Maybe not. Okay. So some good target fire. He's going to get it, and it should go all the way back. Okay. This watchtower placement, I'm not a huge fan of. Actually, no, because of the animal testing lab being here, I guess it makes sense for it to be here. Yeah, okay. I'm alright with that, actually. He's gonna go for a 4th base as well as the snake den. Where's the snake charmer? There it is. Yeah, we have advanced workshop as well with that dropship, the airship coming on the way. I'm looking for this. Okay, there we go. So stuff like this, where you're spreading your wolves out to check for the 4th. Ideally, you want to put one like over here to see if they're moving out as well. That'd be good. This screams high level. A lot of people who are like mid-level knows how to do it, but like they kind of forget about doing it. But this stuff is really good. I feel like it's a good thing. And some target. Look at that target firing on the gyrocraft, pulling the weak dragon back. This is a little bit not as good right now. It could have targeted a little bit better at the end, but it looks like it's gonna barely get that. Oh yes. Okay. Nice. Yeah. So this is some really good micro from both sides. I'm loving this. This is great. This tower placement, I'm not too sure. If you're playing against, there's also no stop micro, hold micro here. I want to pull that back. That might get targeted down. Yes, it will. This watchtower placement, I feel like it could have been better if it was like more on the inside and use these two buildings to like build a wall, but that's okay. It happens. Just some things for the future, I guess. Looks like there's gonna be a wolf drop on the way. I do like that the dragons are like pulling the anti-air units out of the way, and then you're gonna go for a wolf drop. So it's like a bit of that magician's thing. Look over here, but actually I'm over here, kind of thing. Looks like they're gonna target another gyro down, which is really well done. Yeah, this is some really good, clean gameplay. Oh, notice this, where you have all the houses, so preventing any cata drops from dropping over here. So if you wanted to cata drop the space, you'd have to be within tower range. Very good. And then these dragons are just getting a lot of value. Where are the ballista? We only have one ballista? Units. Not units, lost units. Yeah, there's two. Maybe there's one in like a... Okay, so there's this wolf drop that's going in. One other thing I noticed, look at it, it got us around, right? So if you just A move, you're going to have like 4 wolves attacking and 2 wolves, the rest of the wolves just derping around. So just going for that surround is, you know, also another good sign of a good player. Looks like our blue player has had enough from all the harassment, and looks like they're just going to try to walk across the map. Maybe they could have pulled a handful of workers. Ooh, I like this, and targeting down the advanced workshop. Because of all the dragons, that means that the blue player is not going to have any more ballista coming out. So if he is able to snipe ballista, then the dragons are going to have free reign. A little bit sloppy with the engagement here with the wolves, but that's okay, I think. I guess they could have gotten... Okay, some friendly fire is going to do that. More dens on the way, or one more den on the way. We have the speed on the way, which is also very good. Speed is actually very underused... Ooh, that's a big hit. Very underused ability for beast players, I feel like. It works in all sorts of in all of the matches. I can't speak. All of the matchups where you're able to engage a lot quicker and cleaner. So, yeah. Anyways, so the ballista are all down but one, which forces our blue player to return back home because of the dragons. We have five of these gyros, but they're gonna lose to the dragons if they do fight. Dragons coming in. Looks like they're gonna take down a handful of workers, gonna delay this advanced workshop even more so. Blue player looks like they're gonna grab a base at the same time. I feel like I'm focusing too much on this side of the map, but I guess it is because our red player is doing so much damage. I guess I should look at what they've been doing. This is something I'm not a big fan of. I feel like these two dens, not exactly the best building placement. They're just kind of thrown down there, I feel like. Ooh, that's pretty big. Let's look at the units lost. Yeah, definitely in favor of our red player. A handful of wolves as well. I feel like he could have utilized this dropship a little bit more, this airship a little bit more, do a bit more wolf run-bys or wolf drops, excuse me. Yeah, just look at the map vision for a red player. Let's go to this. Look at that. Basically, it has the whole map covered. There's not much to say about that. Just really good map vision. I do like the splitting of this, but like, you're just not gonna fight that, I feel like. These dragons, it looks like they're gonna pick off a... Was that like trying to dodge the... what's it called? The explosive shot micro? Perhaps. That was really good. I might be just looking too much into it, but... Yeah, at this point, it's hugely in favor of our red player. Ooh, a workshop on the way too. Okay. I guess this is just like a flexing kind of situation. But it makes sense because if you have a whole bunch of wolves and they just run into a huge mech army, a maxed out mech army, then you're not going to trade efficiently. So just the workshop can transition to, you know, have an army that has a bit more beef does make sense. But yeah, well, like I said, the drops coming back into play, really good, really good. I like that. And also another workshop and a forge. This is gonna block actually the huge big units from walking across. So this is a bit of a mistake, I feel. Some really carefree after okay, this stuff is like really good building placement, but like after that, the building placement is a bit like, oh, I'm just floating money, I'll just place it down wherever, which is not good. So yeah, so I feel like this could be a little bit better. Looks like these dragons took out a handful of catapults and just cleaning up the gyro army. We still have the drop in the main doing a lot of damage as well. And GG is called. Okay, so that is some, yeah, just some really solid play. The macro was really good. There were a few things that were not as good, I guess. Namely the building placement after the first, I don't know, handful of buildings. Good macro. I feel like he could have really taken this space a little bit earlier as well. So let's go through what happened this game. So we had an early house block into fast expand into den. This is something really out of the ordinary in the current because I can't really think of anyone who would do that. Maybe I would do that, but not really. And then it looks like someone who's playing Beast. I want to say this is Aicy. Can't really think of anyone else. I think AC more likely would do just a one den expand, and not this sort of crazy house block, but I don't know. I feel like also AC's building placement isn't like this. I can't like say exactly what it would be, but this is not it. I've never seen him do this sort of house geometry and this sort of like just place it anywhere. This is like, yeah, I don't know. This building placement is really interesting. I can't really think of anyone who would do this, actually. Yeah, the tower placement stuff was good. I like this. This is good. Really greedy play. Yeah. Could it be Glaba? Glaba? I haven't seen Glaba play as much. But I feel like Glaba, yeah, Glaba could do this. Glaba or AC? Would Weird Rat do something? No, Weird Rat would, I think, have better building placement. Like this stuff is something he could do, but unlike the third in a weird location, definitely something he could do. But I feel like this stuff isn't him. Yeah, I've never seen. I think he'd be definitely a bit more, I guess, intentional with his building placements. Like all of his building placements, maybe. Yeah, and Weird Rat, yeah. I don't think it's Weird Rat. I think it's either AC or Glaba. What else? What sort of thing also happened? Dragons, double dragons. AC likes his dragons for sure. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's AC. I might be wrong. I'm not very confident, but the things that want me to say it's AC is just this specific Dragon's Lair placement, not this one, but this one. Very AC thing to do. And then just going for a quick third, pretty greedy, really solid, just beast play. Yeah. One thing that actually, AC loves going for werewolves, and there are no werewolves in this game. It might not be AC. Because pretty much every single time, no matter what, he's gonna go for like werewolf transition. So it might not be okay. Is it Glaba? Glaba likes to do what, two dans a lot more. He doesn't do like these crazy things though. I feel like this is more of an AC thing than Glaba to do the house block. What am I gonna put more worth into? The fact that there were no werewolves, or the fact that there was a house block? Or maybe no, it can't be. It can't. Is it Destroy Call? Maybe Destroy Call. Destroy Call would definitely be someone to no, but Destroy Call also does a lot of werewolf stuff. He would have also transitioned into werewolves. Hmm. Okay, and I think yeah. Okay, I've made my decision. I'm actually gonna go for Glaba. This is a big, I guess, a meta thing where because there were no werewolves, I'm just gonna say that. I mean, yes, werewolves aren't that good against mech, but I still feel like Destroy Call or AC would have gone for no. Yeah, but I still think yeah, no. But like, this is actually so confusing. Cause am I gonna put no? I guess werewolves aren't that good against mech, and I can see that them just like making the conscious decision not to go for werewolves. Okay, I'm gonna put more weight into this crazy house block thing, and this is really difficult. Okay, but I'm gonna say it's AC just because of the house block thing. I feel like Glaba isn't crazy enough to do something like this. He would just play a lot more standard. I feel like AC's character is a bit more. Yes, I'll do something crazy and see what happens. Yeah, okay, I'll go for AC. I finally made up my mind after agonizing about it. But we'll see if I'm correct. We'll see you next time. If you want to submit a replay, you can check the link in the description below. And yeah, thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.